Carthage Redmond looking to snap a two-game losing skid and try and get back in the hunt for one of the 6 spots in the conference tournament. Tonight they host the Carroll University Pioneers, the 2 W's in the CCIW, battling in Kenosha. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Carthage Redmond basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. I'm John Weiser. Glad you're with us tonight as the Redmen try and snap that two-game losing skid and try and get over the 500 mark here at home. They have a 3-3 record here at the Tarble Arena, 6-8 overall, 1-4 in conference play. The Carroll Pioneers 5-10, 1-5 in conference play. And Redmen are still searching for that first win of 2019. Their last victory coming in Miami, Florida, the second game of their 2-game tournament down in Miami, where they defeated Penn State Harrisburg 88-83. They have dropped their next 2 at Wheaton 77-57, and here at home Saturday, a 10-point loser to Milliken 69-59. Redmen down 8 at the half, closed to within 3 a couple of times in the second half, but a killer three-pointer by Zach Fisher with just under 2 minutes left bumped the lead back out to 7, made it a 2-possession game the rest of the way out, and the Redmen just could not close. As Elijah Henry finished with 17, Fisher with 14 for Milliken. Meanwhile, Keenan Baltimore continues to shine for this Redmond team. The junior out of Zion, 18 points on 8 of 17 from the field, had 4 rebounds in that contest. Baltimore, the team's leading scorer, at just under 21 points per game, working on an all-conference season almost exactly 1 year ago, returning from that injured left thumb that he had surgery on, missed half the season last year. That's a good, refreshing story for this Redmond team. Sean Johnson continues to shine in the post, and of course Keenan Baltimore in the assist and steal category as well, the leader in those categories. Sean Johnson averaging just under 4 blocks per game coming into the contest here tonight. Meanwhile, the Carroll Pioneers enter play as they have lost 4 of their last 5 ball games, including a pair of CCIW games here to start 2019. They lost at home to Elmhurst 74-70 and lost at Wheaton on Saturday 79-61. Their lone win in conference play, however, was in one of the hardest places to play, and that was the Shirk Center in Bloomington, where they defeated Illinois Wesleyan 90-83. In that Wheaton game, it was Ryan Clary with 13 points, Tyler Ingebretson with 12, and Nick Penny with 8 for the Carroll Pioneers, and that's exactly what you have there, is a collective team effort. Ingebretson leads the team in scoring at 10.4 per game, and then you have Charles Soule, Nick Perry, and Troy Howitt all at 9, 9, and 8 points each. This is a team averaging about 68 points per game while giving up 69. They shoot the ball particularly well from three-point arc at 39%, 69% from the line. However, they're a -4 on the glass coming into game play here tonight. So it should be an interesting contest here tonight. What do the Redmen have here to give? And can they overcome injury? Can they overcome academic ineligibility? What will the Redmen have here in the tank tonight? And again, as we talked with Bosko Jurkovic in the postgame last Saturday, it's a series of 11 one-game seasons the rest of the way out. It's not what happens Saturday. It's not what happens a week from tonight. It's what takes place here over 40 minutes here in the next 2 hours, and then move from that to the next game. You just have to take it one play at a time. And that's what we'll hear from Coach Bosko Jurkovic, get his thoughts on tonight's ball game as our pregame show continues from the Tarble Arena. Bosko is next right after this 60-second break on AM 1050 WLIP. back to the Tarble Arena, everyone, as we get set for Redmond basketball tonight. Carthage Redmond entertaining the Carroll University Pioneers, joined now by head basketball coach Bosko Jurkovic. Bosko, we touched on a little bit in the post game on Saturday. Goals are still out there for this team. A lot of basketball left to be played. Maybe not a conference title, but certainly enough that's on the table yet for this team to achieve.
No question about it. 11 one-game seasons from here on in, and Carroll is a very competitive basketball team. They're in every game. They play very, very hard, and it should be a very interesting basketball game.
Just to refresh our listeners' memory, this is a Carroll team that went into Bloomington and handed Illinois Wesleyan a tough loss at home. We know how hard it is to get down there and win a game, let alone compete down there, but they dominated that ball game against Illinois Wesleyan just a couple of weeks ago.
In what was a high-scoring game, which surprises you because their games have been very much in the 60s. And if I remember correctly, that might have been a 90 to 85, whatever it was, type ball game. So very unusual. Good basketball team. They're very experienced. They move the basketball well. They play very hard, as I said. Good defensive basketball team, well coached. It's going to be a struggle tonight.
Where is the mindset of your team right here tonight? Where's that?
I think we're fine. I think we're all disappointed where we're at. There ain't any question about it. You couldn't be. We thought going into the year off of our preseason work and our preseason scrimmage down at Aurora that we had a chance to be a really good basketball team. And we've had some flashes of it, and we just haven't had enough of it. So we just need to get back after it tonight, as I've said several times through the years. And we feel sorry for you. It's a very competitive conference. It's a very competitive thing, this college basketball, and it's on the team that is on the court to do what they can to win.
One of the constants night in and night out has been the play of Keenan Baltimore. He has really offensively been, I think, your leader on this team here since day one, and which is good to see. Here's a guy almost a year to the day coming back from thumb tendon surgery on his hand, on his shooting hand, and shows no ill effects of that.
Very creative and a very, very solid offensive basketball player. He passes the ball well. He can score from the perimeter. He can score on the block. Very solid player all the way around. A little bit underrated occasionally defensively, moves his feet quite well. Had an 11-rebound game at Wheaton, which right now we desperately need. We need to rebound the basketball.
They're -4 on the glass, so you would think this would be a night perhaps between Johnson and Baltimore and a few others get some balls.
Well, we're not going to be outsized tonight. You watch Milliken come into the game, and they're 6'7", 6'6", 6'6", 6'5", 6'4", and Carroll doesn't present that problem. They're a very traditionally sized team. They're postman 6'6", 6'7", and Engelbretson. And again, I think theirs is more of a collective rebounding effort than it is an individual. They don't have one guy that's going to average 10 or 11 a game.
Sean Johnson's game offensively, like to get him going a little bit more, wouldn't you?
As they say, it's a work in progress. Sean is a skilled big guy. He's a skilled offensive player. We haven't gotten to the point yet where we can find him all the time. And I think sometimes he's not in a position where he demands the ball all the time. I think he's at this stage of his development that he needs to be a little bit more demonstrative and say, if not verbally, throw the ball in here and let me make a play. And once we get to that point, it'll be the next step in his development. How far he's advanced from last year to this year is significant, and yet there is so much still untapped.
And your point guard, Jordan Kodrowski, has been a huge contributor to this team right from the get-go, but has struggled of late on the offensive end, and I wonder how much of that is he trying to take a lot of the weight on this team and put it on his shoulders.
There's a lot of pressure on Jordan. There's no question about it. Of our guard play, we've had some good individual efforts. The guys that are playing the most minutes now, T.J. Best and Mike Kennedy, are excellent defensive players. They're tough, hard-nosed guys who handle the ball well. Neither is a particularly good scorer, at least this season. And with that being the case, there's a lot of pressure on Jordan to score the ball. And if you'd have given Jordan a report card after the first 12, 13 games, it would have probably been an 8 because he's played very well offensively. Three-point land inside and has rebounded the ball very well. The last couple of games haven't been as good. Let's hope he bounces back tonight.
Ingebrigtsen is their leading scorer. Tyler Ingebrigtsen at 10.4. Charlie Soule, Nick Penny, What do you try and take away from this Carroll team tonight?
Those are three very experienced basketball players. Nick Penny was on the ball for them offensively more than anybody else. An excellent three-point shooter, an excellent free throw shooter. Not a particularly gifted athlete, just an excellent rock-solid basketball player. And Tyler Henningebretson, we tried very hard to recruit out of Elk Grove. He's got some Carthage family ties, grandpa and uncle and that kind of stuff. And he's just been rock solid for 4 years. He started some as a freshman. He started the last 3 years. And again, he's not a particularly fancy guy. He's not going to go up and dunk 4 balls, but he's a very good college basketball player.
Let's draw it up on Bosco's blackboard. What's it going to take for a win tonight?
We need to be better offensively. We need to get more people involved. It just can't be Baltimore. It's not even a matter of how many shots Baltimore and Kudrowski take. There has to be some pressure taken off of them. So we have to find some other outlets to score the basketball. We need to rebound better, which I think we will tonight, and then it's a matter of taking it one play at a time. And, you know, we talked about one game at a time. In a game like this, it's one play at a time. We'll see what we got in us.
Good luck tonight, Bosco.
Thank you, Johnny.
Head basketball coach Bosco Jurikovic joining us on our pregame as the Redmen get set to take on the Carroll University Pioneers. I'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off of tonight's game right after this 60 break on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you live at the Tarble Arena as we get set for Carthage Redmen basketball tonight. The Redmen entertaining the Carroll University Pioneers out of Waukesha. Other games tonight in the CCIW, number 2 ranked and current undefeated team in conference play, Augustana, is at Elmhurst. Wheaton is at Milliken tonight, and North Central at Illinois Wesleyan. We'll also keep track of the Lady Reds tonight. Lady Reds are on the road in Naperville tonight to take on the North Central Cardinals. We'll monitor that game as the evening progresses. We're set for basketball here tonight at the beautiful Tarble Arena on the campus of Carthage College. Right now, let's head down to the scorer's table. Red hot Dustin Haas is our PA announcer.
CCIW, thank you for your cooperation. Please direct your attention to the American flag at the north end of the arena. At this time, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem by the Carthage Pep Band.
Great to have the Carthage Pep Band with us tonight. We've missed them the last couple of ball games, and with J-term starting today, they're back in action. Once again, let's head down to the scorer's table. Dustin Haas will have our starting lineups for tonight's game.
With a record of 1-4 and 6-8 overall. Let's meet the Pioneers. At guard, number 4, Nick Penny. At the other guard, number 11, Ryan Clary. At forward, number 33, Charlie Sewell. At forward, number 42, Cale Maupin. And at forward, number 52, Tyler Ingebrigtsen. The head coach for the Pioneers is Paul Combs. Are you ready? Introducing your Carthage Redmen. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Zion Benton High School in Zion, Illinois, number 24, Keenan Baltimore. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Wheeling High School, hailing from Arlington Heights, Illinois, number 10, TJ Best. At center, a 6'10" sophomore from Notre Dame College Prep, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, number 34, Sean Johnson. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Jacobs High School, hailing from Lake in the Hills, Illinois, number 15, Mike Kennedy. And at guard, a 6'3" junior from Downers Grove North High School in Downers Grove, Illinois, number 21, Jordan Kadrowski.
So it'll be Best, Kennedy, Kadrowski, Baltimore, and Johnson for the Carthage Redmen. Bosko Jurikovic, 4 wins away from 300 in conference play. He would be one of only 2 coaches to have 300 or more wins in the CCIW. The other, the great Denny Bridges. Nick Penny, Ryan Clary, Charlie Soule, Cale Maupin, and Tyler Ingebrigtsen. Your starters for the orange-clad Pioneers out of Waukesha. Orange jerseys, orange shorts, blue lettering, white numerals. Redmen in the home whites, the white jerseys, white shorts, red numerals, and red lettering. Our officiating crew headed up tonight by John Hodell. Good to see him in the building tonight. Ingebrigtsen and Johnson will jump center. Big ball game for both teams. 1-5 Carroll, 1-4 Carthage in conference play, each with aspirations to make the conference tournament. And the opening tip brought down by Johnson. The Redmen will take it left to right as we open up our broadcast tonight from the beautiful Tarble Arena, and from wherever you are, glad you're along for Carthage Redmen basketball tonight on AM 1050 WLIP and on the stream at WLIP.com, as well as on the Carthage video stream. Baltimore with it, left block, going into the paint, throwing up the right hand, and hits. Keenan Baltimore, averaging 21 a game, gets the Redmen on the scoreboard first, 2-0. Man-to-man defense here for the Redmen as Kennedy will check up the ball on Clary. Work at middle of the floor now to Ingebrigtsen. Works it off right side Maupin. Outside the arc, guarded hard by Keenan Baltimore. Now they get it back in the hands of Charlie Soule. Back up top, Ingebrigtsen. Shot clock down to 8 here for the Pioneers. They circle back, going in Clary. Back outside, Ingebrigtsen, denied by Johnson. Nowhere to go with the pass. Got it away as the buzzer sounded. And the shot clock violation as that went off the top of the backboard. Did not touch the rim. Redmen get the first stop of the ball game. Excellent defense that time, chest to chest, man to man by the Redmen defensively. Full court pressure put on here by the Pioneers. Now they retreat across midcourt as Kadrowski will bring it up. Huge ball game for the Redmen tonight. They need to get back on the winning track. Baltimore for three, straight on. Off, no good. Rebound, Maupin for Carroll. And this is a team that's -4 on the glass coming into the game tonight. On the drive, going up right side, and using the left arm, Charlie Soule draws the foul. Good penetration move on the dribble drive that time, coming through the right side of the paint, shifting hands with the left hand, going to the basket, drawing the foul by Kedrowski. 2 free throws upcoming for Charlie Soule. Third leading scorer on this team. 79% from the line, averaging 9.9 per game. Makes the first. Second one on the way, and that one is good as well. We're tied at 2. Lady Reds off to a quick start 2 minutes into their game. They lead North Central 5-0. We'll keep you monitored on that game as our night progresses here. TJ Best into Baltimore left side, backing down on the paint on Maupin. Turns, shoots with the left hand, in and out, no good. Kept alive by Baltimore. Best will pick it up, out to Kedrowski. 3 on the way, that one's no good. And the rebound pulled in by Maupin. They get it down the floor quickly. Soule with it now, driving. Soule penetrates on Johnson, rejected by Sean Johnson, the league leader in shot blocks, gets his first one tonight. Best out of the corner, up top to Kedrowski left side. Hands it off to Baltimore. Baltimore will turn with the dribble back to the middle of the floor to Kedrowski. Johnson coming in averaging just under 4 blocks per game. Now inside, Baltimore went up and down with it and traveled. Looked like he got hit across the arm. That's what he's pleading his case with the official. He said, nope, you traveled with it, son. Something the Redmen do not do, and that is turn the ball over. They're averaging just under 12 turns per game. Among the top 3 in assist to turnover ratio in the CCIW coming into play tonight. On the fake, the drive by Clary to the glass and lays it up and in. Redmen having trouble early on with dribble penetration. Got to stop the dribble up top and don't let them drive the basket. First lead of the game for Carroll now, 4-2. Kedrowski to Johnson, loops it down under for Baltimore, lays it up right side and in. Johnson from the high post to Baltimore, the low post, and the finish right side for Baltimore. He has all 4 Carthage points, game tied at 4. Soule with it now up top, works it left side, Maupin. Hands it off to Penny. Nick Penny working on Best, back inside now to Soule. Soule turning, facing the basket left side, shoots over Kedrowski, skips off the rim. Kennedy there to clear the glass for the Redmen. Kennedy across midcourt with the dribble. He'll run point here. Kedrowski through the paint. Gets the pass from Kennedy. Back up top to Johnson. It's loose out near midcourt. Johnson able to save it, kept it alive. Now to Baltimore. Baltimore lost the dribble. Back out to Best. Fakes the shot. Back to Baltimore left side and traveled with it. Second traveling call on Baltimore. Last couple of ball games, Baltimore has turned the ball over. Had 5 turns against Milliken on Saturday night. Anthony Marlowe will check in now. Marlowe is the 6'4 senior out of South Milwaukee High School. Marlowe coming in, averaging 4.5 points per game. Played in all 16 games now for the Pioneers. Soule with it on the left side, looking for Marlowe inside. And now they work it back out. We got a foul on Baltimore, knocking Marlowe to the floor. And Baltimore picks up his first, second team foul on the Redmen. It came after the pass. Marlowe gave up the ball, and Baltimore was trying to get out of that area and got tangled up with Marlowe and took him to the floor. Pioneers with the ball. Marlowe left corner. Back up top. Penny deep 3 straight on. Yes, sir. Nick Penny from NBA 3 distance that time. Able to drop down the dime. 3 points for him. 7-4. Carroll up. Kennedy now on the right wing. Inside looking for Johnson. We got a hold on Marlowe. Anthony Marlowe working the backside of Sean Johnson that time. Grabbed the fisted jersey back there. First foul on Carroll tonight. Redmen will inbound right to the basket. Kedrowski will trigger. Kedro looking to get it in. Tosses it into Best. Up top to Johnson. Johnson now to Baltimore, and we got an offensive foul on the Redmen here. Keenan Baltimore, as he came out off the ball screen to catch the pass, called for the foul. That's 2 quick fouls on Keenan Baltimore. It's going to get the bench active here. It looks like Pierce going to come in next dead ball, I should say, for the Redmen. Down 3 here early. Marlowe with it. Hit the elbow into the face of Baltimore, then lost control of the dribble. And it's a turnover by Carroll as Kyle Pierce will check in now for the Redmen. Pierce, the 6'4 sophomore out of Ada, Michigan. Baltimore on the bench with 2 personal fouls. That could be key. Baltimore, the team's leading scorer, in early foul trouble here tonight. Pierce now, top of the circle, works it off to Kedro. 3 on the way, right side, skips off, no good. Rebound pulled in by Maupin. He's got 3 boards already. Maupin down the floor quickly, right side, gives it off to Marlowe. Return pass inside to Maupin, underneath the basket. He was deep underneath, but still got it off the glass and down. It's a 9-4 Carroll lead. 5 minutes into the contest here tonight. Kennedy fakes the shot, puts it on the floor, driving left side. Count it! And 1 for Mike Kennedy. Driving the left side that time, got the bump, the bucket, and now the toss at the free throw line. Foul will go on Ryan Clary, his first, team's second. Ingebrigtsen checks back in, as does Nick Penny. Troy Howitt also in now for the Pioneers. Howitt, the 6'2 senior out of Providence Catholic High School in Plainfield, Illinois. The and 1 by Kennedy won't go. And Penny able to get the rebound. 9-6, Redmond down 3 here. Early in Kenosha. Glad you're with us tonight. Up top with it. Maupin inside, rejected by Johnson again. The shot by Soule that time. Second block of the game for Sean Johnson as Kedrowski brings it across midcourt, left to right. Poglace in there now for the Redmen, handles the ball off to Pierce. Back over to Kedrowski on the right wing. Kedro, cross-court feed back to Kennedy. Open 3, no. Rolls in and out, no good. Redmond 0 for 5 now from long distance tonight. Back come the Pioneers. Ingebrigtsen gets it back to Penny. Penny on the left side, left block. Gets trapped inside, back out to Ingebrigtsen. 16-footer off the glass, rims out. Battle for the rebound. It goes off of Maupin. It'll be Carthage ball. Taryn Hall will check in for the Pioneers. Hall is 6'2 sophomore from Mauston High School. He will replace Charlie Soule. Show press, but now they retreat across midcourt as Kedrowski brings it down. We're 6 minutes in, Carthage trailing by 3. Kennedy now middle of the floor, whistle away from the play. It's going to go on Carroll here, a foul on the Pioneers. It's going to go on Troy Howitt. Howitt, his first, third team. And there'll be a substitution here. Ingebrigtsen will come out. Ryan Clary will come back in. Also checking in now, Ray Pierce. Pierce, a 6-foot senior guard out of Meshmer High School in Milwaukee. Kennedy to toss it in right side to Kedrowski, right corner. Takes the dribble back up top, now feeds Johnson right block, turnaround 12-footer, back iron miss. Pierce trying to keep it alive, couldn't contain it. And wait a minute, we got a foul called from the official up top as that ball went off of Pierce. It's going to be a foul here on the Pioneers. It's going to go on Hall, his first, team fourth. So it looked like going to be Pioneer ball, turns into the Redmond ball here on the right side. Now we're going to check the shot clock here. So they're going to say it's good at 30. These two teams have split the 4 meetings previous. As they get it in up top to Pierce, inside Johnson. Johnson now backing down in the paint, turning, left-hand hook, good. Back down Maupin that time in the paint. Maupin goes 6'4", Johnson at 6'10", backed him down middle of the lane and then turned with that left-hand baby hook to bring the Redmen back to within 1. 9-8 Carroll. 13 and a half minutes to go, first half. With it up top, Taryn Hall. Now down low. Ingebrigtsen's pass, or I should say Maupin's pass, intercepted by Poglace. Second turnover of the night by the Pioneers. Kedrowski now backs it off to the center circle, guarded by Pierce. Ray Pierce, no relation to Kyle Pierce. The ball knocked out of bounds by Nick Penny. Carthage retains possession. 18 on the clock here as we get another substitution here for Carroll. Maupin comes out. Marlowe back in. It's primarily been an 8-man rotation here for the Pioneers all season long. Kedrowski now through the top of the circle. They get it off to Pierce. Kyle Pierce back up top to Kedro. Back into the corner, right corner three, Kennedy, good. Mike Kennedy able to drain the three out of the right corner, left open. 1 for 2 from the arc is Kennedy, and the Redmen reclaim the lead, 11-9. 12:40 to go, first half. They look free throw line to Clary, penetrates, Poglace got partial block that time, and it comes off the glass, and it's taken down by Johnson. Good defense effort there that time by Poglace. Gets the return pass, got away with a walk as he turned, shot, and hit the three-pointer. Timeout, Carroll. Back-to-back triples by the Redmen, and they lead by 5 as the Pioneers take the timeout. 14-9 Redmen, 12:20 to go here in this first half. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Redmen now 6 for 12 from the field. They were 0 for 4 on the three-point shot until the back-to-back triples by Kennedy and Poglace. They're now 2 for 6 at the arc. Meanwhile, the Pioneers 3 of 9 from the field, including a three-pointer. Redmen out-rebounding the Pioneers 8-5 here in the early going. Kennedy for 5, Baltimore with 4. Baltimore on the bench with 2 quick fouls in this first half. Meanwhile, it's Penny with 3, the leading scorer for Carroll. Augustana leads Elmhurst 21-17, midway through the first half down at Elmhurst. Wheaton and Milliken locked at 14 all down in Decatur. And North Central and Illinois Wesleyan are tied at 21. That game in Bloomington midway through the first half. Augustana at 5-0, trying to become the first CCIW team in 46 seasons to run the 16-game conference schedule undefeated. They're at 5-0 already. They may have their hands full tonight with Elmhurst. Pioneers will bring it up, trailing by 5. Largest lead of the game for the Redmen. Clary cut off at the free throw line, gets the pass off to Soule. Now back in the hands of Marlowe, takes the dribble back up top, back to Clary. Clary around the left side, got around Johnson underneath the basket, kick to the corner, Penny for 3. That one rims out, no good. Battle for the ball inside. Soule has it and was fouled. Somehow Soule in the middle of all that, between 3 different Redmen players, Johnson, Poglace, and Pierce, came out of there with the rebound, and the foul will go on Sean Johnson, his first. Team fouls even now at 4 apiece. Pierce back in there now for the Pioneers. Tipping the pass was Sean Johnson, and Poglace comes down with the steal. They had Johnson on the baseline that time, tipped the pass from Penny. Redmond will set it up. Kennedy, and we got a holding foul. Penny reaching out, grabbing a hold of the arm of Kennedy. 15 foul on the Pioneers. That'll be the first on Penny. Another substitution here for the Pioneers. Blake Williams for the first time tonight, a 6'6 freshman out of Lone Tree, Colorado, in there now for the Pioneers. Also Troy Howitt back in there for Carroll as well. 5-point Redmond lead, Carthage with the ball. Poglace fakes the 3, pulls it back down, needs some help, finds Johnson. Johnson clear across right corner to Kedrowski for the 3, no. Rebound in the corner, and it was last touched by the Pioneers. It'll be Carthage ball. Howitt the last to touch it. Fresh 30 here for the Redmen. They'll inbound left of the basket. Kedrowski looking for a cutter, tries to get it into Kennedy, and it's intercepted. As taking that play away was Blake Williams. Back the other way, Ingebrigtsen. Back up top, 3 on the way, good. Ryan Clary for the triple, pulls his team to within 2. 14-12, Clary now with 5. They're 2 for 2 now, 2 for 3 I should say, at the arc tonight. And a whistle away from the play. It's a foul called on the Pioneers. Blake Williams picking up the foul, trying to cut through a screen. Made contact with the Redmond player. That's the 16th foul on the Pioneers. 11 minutes to go, first half, 14-12 Redmond. Kedrowski backs it off high on the right wing. Now takes the trip out to the middle of the floor to set up the offense for the Redmond. They double team him. They get it to Johnson. He's immediately double teamed. They get it to Poglace for 3, right side, good. Good job by Johnson. I'll tell you what, for a sophomore, did not panic. They tried to pressure Kedrowski, immediately gave up the ball to Johnson, top of the circle. He was immediately double teamed, found the outlet in Poglace, and he was able to drain the 3. 17-12, Redmond by 5. Backing in is Williams, shoots with the right hand and hits. Good job by Williams, got that ball in a nice spot right at the left block. He beat Johnson to that spot and was able to take advantage of it for the turnaround shot. 17-14, Redmond by 3. Kedrowski now, high in the right wing, lobs it inside, turnaround jump shot at the block by Johnson, no. He's missed both of his shots from that spot so far tonight as Charlie Soule collects the rebound. Williams caught in the air, dumps it down to Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen backing down on Johnson, now leans in, goes glass, missing. Ball loose inside, off of Ingebrigtsen. It'll be Carthage ball. Brett Schirach and TJ Best will check back in for the Redmond, as it will be Kedrowski coming out. Who else coming out? Mike Kennedy will come out. Brett Schirach, the 6'2 sophomore, battling an ankle injury. Hurt it in the Elmhurst game earlier this year, back in early December. Schirach from 20, no. Got his own rebound, however, as he followed it to the basket. Gets it back out to Poglace, now to Best. TJ Best, we got a whistle and a foul away from the play. We got a moving screen on the Redmond. Kyle Pierce sliding the body in to set the ball screen, and he'll come out immediately now as Baltimore back in. 2 fouls on Baltimore. 9.5 minutes to go. We're in the first half. Redmond up 3. The Reds lead North Central 22-15 going into the second quarter down in Naperville. Soule now got around Baltimore, had to let him go, goes hard to the basket, missed the shot, might have been partially blocked by Johnson. Best comes out of there with it for the Redmond. TJ Best down the floor, Best going up, lays it up and in left side. Hey, TJ Best showing some offensive skill there as he collected that rebound and took it coast to coast for the layup. First 2 points for Best tonight. 19-14, Redmond back up by 5, their largest. As they go inside again, Soule missing, Best with the rebound. I'll tell you what, give Paul Combs some credit though. The last 2 trips down, they've gone right after Baltimore on that low block, trying to get that 3rd foul. Now Johnson will set it up for the Redmond. Off the right block, working on Ingebrigtsen, backs him down in the paint, turns to the left hand and scores. Sean Johnson starting to be a little bit more aggressive in the post. We heard Bosco mention that in the pregame tonight. Would love to see Johnson ask for the ball more. Get himself in a spot and demand the ball. Ingebrigtsen now, left side, back up top to Soule. Poglace on him, works it off to Howitt. Howitt driving in from the left side, cut off by Schirach. Shovels it off to Ingebrigtsen, around Johnson, blocked by Johnson. Somehow kept the body clean that time as he got the block from behind Ingebrigtsen. 3 blocks tonight now for Sean Johnson, right at his season average. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Redmond by 7, their largest. Schirach for 3. Way off as he falls off the floor trying to draw the foul, and the official not buying what Schirach's trying to sell. Wholesale changes in now for the Maupin and Marlowe. And Williams back in now for Carroll. Pierce back in for Carthage along with Kedrowski as Johnson and Poglace will sit down. So it'll be Baltimore, Schirach, Kedrowski, Pierce, and Best out there for the Redmen. Inside the paint, turning, shooting, Taryn Hall, missing, ball loose inside, kept alive by Baltimore as he comes down with the rebound. Redmen doing a nice job on the glass tonight, out-rebounding 15-8. Baltimore fakes the shot, dumps it off to Shirak high on the left side, guarded by Penny. Driving on Penny, Shirak going hard to the basket, the floater hits. And a timeout taken by Carroll as Carthage increases their lead now to 9, 23-14 with 7:20 to go here in the first half. Carroll will take their second timeout of the half. Redmen at 50%, 10 for 20 from the floor, 3 of 9 from the arc. Carroll going cold, 5 of 17, 29%, 2 of 3 at the arc. Lady Reds up by 4, 24-20, 7.5 minutes to go. Down in North Central. That game in the second quarter. Other games tonight on the men's side, we'll keep you posted. That Elmhurst Augustana game, a dandy so far. 7 minutes to go in that one in the first half. Augie leads Elmhurst 26-24. That's the number 1 and number 2 team in the league down in Elmhurst tonight. Ryan Clary now. Back up top to Cale Maupin. Works it off far side. Hall driving. Hall pulls up at the free throw line, leans in, curls around the rim and through. Got the shooter touch that time for Clary, his first 2 points. 23-16. Now they're going to try and trap in the backcourt. Kudrowski gets it to Best. Middle of the floor to Pierce. Good job breaking the press that time by the Redmen. No panic there. Kudrowski now works it off to Best. Got a zone here by Carroll now. They've gone to a 3-2 zone. Recognize the zone here and see if they can get some cutting movement through it. Baltimore, right corner, pulls up. Missing over Marlowe that time. And the rebound pulled in by Maupin. That was a good 23-footer by Baltimore, who steals the entry pass now. 2-on-2 the other way with Kudrowski. Kudrowski going up low right, lays it up and in, and the Redmen lead to double digits. Baltimore on that steal at the free throw line, outlets Kudrowski for the layup. 25-16 Redmen. Now working with it. Clary, top of the circle. Gets it back to Maupin. Maupin driving in left side. Got around Pierce. Goes up hard right side, and Pierce with the foul. Got the first step on Pierce way up top on the free throw line, and Pierce struggled to try and cut back in front of him. Could not regain his footing and committed the foul. Second foul on Pierce. Team fouls even at 6. And at the free throw line is Cale Maupin. 4.8 points per game, 62% shooter from the line, comes up empty on the first attempt. Ray Pierce will check in now for Marlowe for Carroll. One more toss for Maupin. One's up and in. 1 for 2 that trip. 25-17, the lead down to 8. Again, they'll press in the backcourt. TJ Best handling the basketball, gets it back to Kudrowski. Now gets it across to Best. Again, they'll set up in a 3-2 zone. Spread zone here. They spread the floor well here. Best with it now up top. Back to Baltimore in the right corner. Got to keep the ball moving here, try and find a seam. Best will fire the 3. That one's no good. Long rebound into the hands of Maupin. He's been their lone rebounder tonight. Maupin now with 6 off the glass. Clary handled the basketball. Top of the circle with the dribble. Hands it off to Ray Pierce. Pierce out of Messmer, spinning. Kick to the corner. Penny right side. Penny now working on Best, and we got an arm bar by Best, who commits the foul, and that's over the limit. One-on-one shooting now at the line will be Penny. Nick Penny started all 16 games for this Pioneer team. Leads the team in free throw percentage at 79%. Front end good for Penny. Penny had a season high 22 points against national champion and currently ranked #1 Nebraska Wesleyan earlier this year. Played a pretty tough schedule. Get into that as the game progresses. Makes both free throws, 25-19. Again, press in the backcourt. Best able to break it on the dribble. Gets it back in the hands of Kedrowski. They go back man-to-man here as Baltimore penetrates the lane. Tried to lay it up and in. Lost control on the way up. It rolled off his finger. And Maupin again with another rebound. His 7th tonight. Clary with it. Top of the circle. Inside it'll go, and the layup easily done by Cale Maupin. Maupin now, and we got a timeout taken by the Redmen with 4:28 to go. Timeout Carthage, lead down to 4, 25-21. Redmen led by as many as 9, 25-16, but now a 5-0 run has brought the Pioneers back to within 4. And the Redmen on the road Saturday. They'll be at number 2 ranked Augustana. We'll have the broadcast for you, 7 o'clock Saturday night, part of a doubleheader from Rock Island. Lady Reds and the Vikings at 5 o'clock. Redmond and Augustana at 7. That should be a raucous crowd. They've been averaging right around 1,000, a little over 1,000 per game down there at Carver Center. It'll be a loud night down in Augie. Again, a place where the Redmen have had some success. They won down there last year. They've defeated Augustana each of the last 2 seasons. So perhaps a confident Redmond team, if they can get a win tonight, down in Rock Island on Saturday as Best breaks the press, kicks it off to Baltimore in the corner, cross court back to Kedrowski. Down to Johnson, to Chirac for 3. That one partially tipped. The battle for the loose ball inside. The foul's going to go on Carroll. The Pioneer players grabbing Baltimore that time, going through the paint. It's going to go on Penny. That's his 2nd. 7th team foul on the Pioneers. Mike Kennedy will check in for the Redmen for Carroll. Caleb Thomas in for the first time tonight. Thomas, a sophomore out of Monroe, Louisiana. He'll replace Penny, who sits down with 2 fouls. So Penny with 2 fouls, Baltimore and Pierce each with 2 for the Redmen as Baltimore collects the first free throw. 5 points tonight for Keenan Baltimore, 2 of 6 from the floor, plus the free throw here. He'll have the back end upcoming. That one is good. 6 on the night for Baltimore. The lead is 6 for the Redmen here as we approach 4 minutes to go here in Kenosha, first half. Ray Pierce, top of the circle, off to Thomas. Now gives it off to Clary. Clary gets a ball screen that time from Maupin, uses it back out to Pierce, thought about it, reloads and gets it off to Hall. Back to Pierce, flips it up with the right hand, no good. Johnson able to collect the miss underneath for the Redmen. Sean Johnson tonight credited with 4 blocks, 3 rebounds tonight. Kedrowski now to Baltimore. Tried to get it back into the corner to Kennedy. Thomas broke it up. Ball loose on the floor. Thomas gets it back off to Pierce. Back come the Pioneers. Ray Pierce around Kennedy, going hard to the basket. Walked with the ball. Rejected inside by Johnson. Picked up by Kennedy, who collides with Thomas. And Thomas charged with the foul. Check out Mike Kennedy here, make sure he's okay. He went in head first that time into Thomas. Going after that loose ball, and Thomas whistled for the foul. This will put Kennedy on the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Johnson with 5 shot blocks tonight. Pierce will come out for the Pioneers. Blake Williams in, also checking in Troy Howitt and Marlowe. Thomas will come out, as does Maupin. 1-and-1 here for Mike Kennedy out of Jacobs High School. 5 points tonight for Mr. Kennedy. Drops in the free throw. Mike, not one of those flashy scoring players for this Redmond team. Does get it done on the defensive side. Anything you get offensively from Mike is big time. Missed the second. Rebound to Caleb Thomas. Now the Pioneers will set it up here. Down 8 with 3 minutes to go. Clary, top of the circle, works off the Marlowe screen. Drifts off to the right side of the baseline. Kick to the left arc. 3 on the way. That one's in and out, no good. Ball loose inside. Best able to pick it up. Johnson tried to get it, was bumped off that time. It was just sitting there, and Best ran in there to get it. Now Kedrowski. Out at the center circle. His team up by 8. Best on the right wing. Back up top, Johnson. Reversing left side, Kedrowski. He'll hoist a 3 and hit. Johnson to Kedrowski off the left wing for the triple. Largest lead of the game now at 11 for Carthage with 2:20 to go. Back the other way on the drive, Clary dribble penetration. Got a step around Kennedy. Took him all the way to the rim for the layup. Back to a 9-point Redmond lead here. 2 minutes to go here in the half. Kedrowski, same spot. That one curls out. Baltimore trying to keep it alive, and he was knocked to the floor. Foul's going to go on Carroll. You can hear Paul Combs did not agree with that call. It's going to go on Taryn Hall for a hold. And Keenan Baltimore will shoot the 1-and-1. That was awfully close to Baltimore going over the back and picking up his 3rd foul. Maupin checks back in. He will replace Taryn Hall. Baltimore at the line, 9th team foul, so still 1-and-1 here for Keenan Baltimore. Up and in. Poglace at the scorer's table, going to replace Baltimore here. We'll think positive after he makes this free throw. And he does. Where was this when I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago? 8 points for Baltimore. He will come out with just under 2 minutes to go, and the Redmen up by 11. 34-23 Carthage. Good first half here for the Redmen. Good shooting half, good defensive half. Now can they close it down here? Clary with it up top. Gets a ball screen by Maupin. Give and go back to Maupin. Into the corner for 3. Got it. Dylan Ingebrigtsen, the younger brother of Tyler, the freshman, able to knock down the triple. 8-point Redmond lead here with 1:30 to go. Best now works it off to Kennedy. Rolls it up top for Johnson. Johnson back to Kennedy. Shot clock coming down to 10. Out of Best in the right corner. Driving right corner. Puts it up with the left hand. Too strong. Ball tipped back out by Kennedy, but it's picked up by Clary. He'll take it across midcourt. Clary now. They work it inside Ingebrigtsen. Cut off by Johnson. Helped out by Kennedy and forced the turnover. Kennedy came over on the double team, and Ingebrigtsen dribbled it off his foot out of bounds. So it'll be Carthage ball here on the near wing with 62 seconds to play. Kedrowski handles the dribble across midcourt. They're looking to double team him. Gets through the double team, dumps it down to Johnson left side, and we got a blocking foul after the dish that time by Kedrowski as there was a collision in the paint. Official calling it a block. So take another look. Did not get the feet set. Trying to take the charge that time was Blake Williams, who'll get charged with the foul. So this will be 2 free throws now for Kedrowski. Is now double bonus. 10 fouls on the Pioneers. Kedro hits the first. 7 points to make that 6 points tonight for Kedrowski. And I think he's feeling a little bit of pressure, trying to help the team out scoring-wise, with Laketta out academically for the moment, trying to find those 16 points a game that Laketta had. 36-26, Redmond by 10. Carroll with the ball here with 34 seconds to play. Maupin driving right side, missed the shot. Altered that shot a little bit because of the defense by Johnson. Redmond now will play it for one, leading by 10. Steve Jurkovic flying off that bench, telling the Carthage players to stay below the free throw line here. 7 seconds to go. And the kick to the corner, Kennedy with it. Kennedy driving, goes up with the right hand, couldn't get it to fall. Would have been a miracle shot had it gone down, but unable to finish at the half. But Carthage will take a 10-point lead into the locker room. It's the Redmond 36 and the Pioneers 26. We will pause for a 2-minute break. Back to break it down for you right after this 2-minute timeout on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. Redmond lead it here at the half, 36-26. Carthage Redmond basketball tonight on AM 1050 WLIP. As the Redmond have their largest lead was 11 here late, 34-23. Able to close it out here. Kedrowski with that three-pointer at the 2:05 mark put the Redmond up 36-23. And three-pointer by Dylan Ingebrigtsen. The last basket made by the Pioneers. That came with 1:45 to go here in this first half. Carroll had an early lead, 9-4. The Redmond opened up with the first points tonight. Game was tied at 4. They went on a 5-0 run, opened up a 9-4 lead. Redmond then went on a 10-2 run, opened up a 14-11 advantage, and pretty much led since. Built that lead, as I mentioned, out to 11 a couple of times, the last with under 2 minutes to go, and lead here by 10, 36-26. Looking at the team shooting numbers here through the first half, Carthage 12 for 29, 41% from the field. Meanwhile, the Pioneers 9 for 25, 36% shooting From the three-point arc, Redmond were 4 of 13, 30%. And the Pioneers, 3 for 5. Carthage 8 of 9 at the line. Pioneers 5 for 6 at the free throw line so far tonight. Leading scorers for the Redmen, it's Keenan Baltimore with 8. Baltimore picked up 2 quick fouls early tonight. That's the other storyline. Had 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes tonight. Sat through much of the midway point of this first half and held on to that 2 foul deficit there throughout the end of this first half. He finished with 8 points. Mike Kennedy and Jordan Kodrowski each with 7. 6 points for Jacob Poglace. 4 points for Sean Johnson. And 2 points for TJ Best. 2 also for Brett Schirach. Kyle Pierce did not score for the Redmen. Again, Carthage shooting 41%, 12 of 29, and 4 of 13, 30% from the arc. Meanwhile, for the Carroll Pioneers, they were led by Ryan Clary with 7. Clary 3 for 4, including a three-pointer. Nick Penny with 5. Cale Maupin with 5. And then 2 points, Charlie Soule. 2 points, Taryn Hall. 2 points, Blake Williams. Dylan Ingebrigtsen with 3. His only shot he took was the three-pointer in the corner with 1:45 to go. And the Pioneers 9 for 25, 36%. They were 3 of 5 at the arc and 5 of 6 at the line. Rebounding, Redmond up 6 on the glass thus far, out-rebounding the Pioneers 20-14. Redmond with 6 offensive boards as part of that 20 total. Leading rebounder for the Redmen was TJ Best with 4. Meanwhile, for the Pioneers, only 2 offensive boards out of their 14 total. Cale Maupin with 7 first half caroms tonight to lead the way for the Pioneers. Turnovers, Carthage with 6, Carroll with 5. The 6 Carthage turnovers leading to 8 Pioneer points. The 5 turnovers by the Pioneers leading to 7 Carthage points. Points in the paint, Redmond outscore the Pioneers 14-10. Second chance points, Carthage a 6-0 advantage. And on the fast break, Carthage an 8-5 advantage. There were 2 lead changes and 2 ties in this ball game. Redmond broke that midway through the first half and lead it by 10 here, 36-26. Elsewhere in the CCIW, down in Elmhurst tonight, second-ranked and undefeated conference play Augustana at 5-0 in the league. They lead the Elmhurst Blue Jays 48-40. The Blue Jays 4-1 on the season in conference play. Also on the road down in Bloomington tonight, North Central taking on the Illinois Wesleyan Titans, and it's the Titans with a 43-38 halftime lead. And in Decatur tonight, Wheaton with a 9-point advantage. They lead the Big Blue 42-33. Lady Reds are on the road tonight. They are at North Central. That game at the half with the Lady Reds leading North Central 37-30. Maddie Kalber with 16 first half points. She was 6 of 8 from the field, including a three-pointer, and 3 of 3 at the line for 16 points. She is the only player for either team in double figures for the Lady Reds. Lady Reds shooting 43% in that first half to 29% for the North Central Cardinals, who are coached by former Lady Red assistant Maggie McCluskey-Bax. And she is in her first season as head coach down at North Central, and the Lady Reds lead the Cardinals 37-30 in Naperville tonight. We'll pause and take a 60 break. We'll have more halftime from the Tarble Arena right after this 60-second timeout. Redmond lead it here by a score of 36-26 on your home for Redmond Athletics, Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP. Carthage Redmond basketball tonight on AM 1050 WLIP, brought to you in part by Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha. They're located just east of I-94 and Highway 50. Visit them online at lynchchevroletofkenosha.com. By Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant. Oh, I love their pizza. 45th Street in Kenosha. Check out their full menu online at ruffalo's2.com. Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery in Kenosha, home of Mama P's Ho-Ho Cakes and low cash prices for gas. They're located on Sheridan Road at 52nd Street. You can visit them online at louperini.com. Something different, a sports fan fantasy land on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Luigi's Pizzeria and Italian Restaurant on 39th Avenue, just a block south of Highway 50. Order online now at luigispizzakenosha.com. By Armored Seal Coating, protecting your investment with asphalt seal coating and crack filling maintenance. Check them out online at armoredsealcoating.com. Wingstop of Kenosha, great to have them back again this year. Wingstop on Highway 50. They're the wing experts. Order online at wingstop.com. By Summers Garden, Florist and Gifts on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Louis Aceto and the fine folks at S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest of men's fashions, it's clearly S.J. Crystal's on 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Love the pocket squares I got this year for Christmas from the fine folks at S.J. Crystal's. Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50 west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. And by Triangle Flooring Furniture and Appliance Center, 3 miles east of I-94 and Highway 50 at 39th Avenue in Kenosha. High school basketball on 1050 WLIP Friday night out in Paddock Lake. It'll be Westosha hosting Waterford. Pete, Nick, and Tom will have all the action for you beginning at 6:45 Friday night. We'll be back with you on Saturday for a doubleheader down in Rock Island. It'll be Lady Reds and the Augustana Vikings at 5. Redmond and Vikings at 7. We'll kick it off with our pregame show at 4:45 Saturday afternoon from the Carver Center in Rock Island. Redmond will continue their road trip at North Central next Wednesday. And then hit the road again a week from Saturday at Milliken before returning home to host the Wheaton Thunder on January the 26th. Good crowd on hand here tonight. J-term beginning today here at Carthage, so students returning. Good student turnout tonight. Pep band here. Red Hots performing at halftime tonight as well. Again, this Carroll and Carthage rivalry. Redmond lead the all-time series 44-33. Carroll rejoining the league 2 years ago. The teams have split those 4 meetings. Each team winning on their home floor the last 2 years. So, and an important game here tonight. You look at the standings, you've got Augustana and Elmhurst 5-0 and 4-1 at the top of the men's standings. Again, 6 teams make the conference tournament, so you still have a chance here. You think you got a chance here with your games left. You haven't played Augustana yet. You'll see them Saturday. You've got Elmhurst down at Elmhurst. Got to avenge that home court loss suffered back in December. And you still have games at Carroll against North Park. You've got Illinois Wesleyan in the building in February. Augustana coming back in here to wrap up the regular season on Saturday night, February 16th. So opportunities here for the Redmond, but you can't squander it. As you heard Bosco mention, you have to take it as a series of 11 one-game seasons now the rest of the way out, trying to work your way into the conference tournament. I was running some numbers today. You look at the Redmond non-conference schedule. Record of the teams they faced in the non-conference, 57-54, the overall mark for the teams they faced. But Eastern Connecticut State now, team they saw down in Miami, off to an 11-3 start. Penn State Harrisburg at 9-4. Lake Forest battling for the Midwest Conference lead right now. Washington University, perennial favorite in the University Athletic Association, the UAA Conference. Team that defeated the Redmen earlier this season in Waukesha, 89-70. Olivet, the Comets, expected to challenge for the Michigan Conference title again this year. First 5 here are going to be critical for the Redmen, who lead it by 10. Need to maintain or extend here. It'll be Johnson, Baltimore, Kennedy, Best, and Kadrowski for the Redmen. It'll be Penny and Clary, along with Soule, Howitt, and Maupin to start this second half for the Pioneers, who will have the basketball, working left to right to begin this second half, and we're underway. Redmen up 36-26. Carthage man-to-man, as they have been the whole game. Penny left open for 3, got to defend him, and he nails the 3 to start this second half. Inauspicious start here for the Redmen. He left the big man open, and Bosco going to take the timeout right away. They switched off, and they did not cover Penny, and that's what Bosco was hammering that point home to his troops right now. So a 3-pointer by Penny to start this second half. Each team now with 4 timeouts remaining. Carthage will bring it up from midcourt. Baltimore will trigger the inbound at the scorer's table. Gets it into Kadrowski. Really good look here. Again, zone here, a 3-2 zone by the Pioneers. Best with it. Works it off to Kennedy, back to Best, 10 to shoot here for the Redmen. Bounce feed to Baltimore. Baltimore backing down on the left block. Back out to Best, around to Kadrowski. Open 3, right wing, got it. Cracked the zone with an entry pass into Baltimore. They collapsed around him. They got it back outside to Kadrowski, able to drain the triple. Kedro now with 10. Lead back to 10, 39-29 Redmen. We're a minute in second half. 3 on the way, no good, taken by Howitt. Rebound to Baltimore. Kadrowski will bring it down. It's a good timeout taken by Bosco to drill home the point. Get this team mentally focused here again. Again, tried a 3-2 trap here up top. Get it to Baltimore in the left corner. Protects the basketball. 1 dribble, back up top to Kadrowski. Gets around Penny, floats it off to Johnson. Short jumper off the right baseline, good for Sean Johnson. Kedro with a nice feed that time. 4th assist of the game for Kadrowski. Clary now gives it off to Penny. Penny, same spot, over Best, got it. TJ was there, both arms up. Trying to defend Penny, back-to-back triples for Nick Penny, he's got 11. 41-32, Redmen by 9, 2 minutes into our second half. Now they break out of the zone, go back man-to-man, and Carthage throws it away. Threw it behind Johnson that time. First turnover committed by Jordan Kadrowski. 7th by the Redmen tonight, their first of the second half. Nick Penny will bring it up. Best trying to stay with him. Works it off to Cale Maupin. Back to Penny. Best fell down. Penny thought about it, then reloads. Gets it off on the wing. Inside it goes Maupin, trying to get around Johnson. He was falling down, made contact with Johnson, and Johnson whistled for the foul. He was already going down when he made contact with Johnson. That's 2 now on Sean Johnson. So Johnson, Baltimore, and Kyle Pierce each with 2 fouls for the Redmen. Taryn Hall also with 2 is in there now for the Pioneers. Hall with it high on the left wing. Works it back to Clary. Now driving in Soul. Reverse layup left side, no good, but they forgot to box out Maupin. Got the rebound and the stick back by Cale Maupin. 7 points tonight for Maupin, 8 rebounds. 41-34, the lead down to 7. Baltimore on the drive, goes up and hits. It looked like there was a foul there as they reached in to go after that ball on Baltimore. They let it go, and he still got the shot away. Keenan with 10. Clary trying to lose Kennedy in the paint. Back out to Soul at the free throw line. Try to work it inside. Ball was kicked by Baltimore. They'll reset the shot clock here to 20. Ray Pierce will check in now for the Pioneers. He will replace Charlie Soul. Penny will inbound right of the basket. Gets it into Clary in the right corner. Lost the basketball. Kennedy got the steal, out to Best. Across midcourt, he'll wait for traffic to clear. Kedro now. And now we got a timeout. Whistle by John Hodel here. Kennedy had hit the deck. I think he's got some blood. They gotten a floor burn, so they've got him off the floor. He's on the bench. Zach Taves, the trainer for the Redmen, going to take a look at him. Jacob Poglace will check in. Kedro working on Clary, drives past Clary, breezes in for the layup. Oh, blew past him at the free throw line that time down the right lane. 12 for Kedrowski, 45-34. Pierce out of the right corner, takes the dribble up high, hands it off to Penny. Penny behind the back dribble, trying to lose Best and turned it over. Ball on the floor, Best has it, gets it off to Baltimore. Good job by TJ Best to stay with Penny that time and force the turnover. Baltimore fouled by Pierce on the reach. Armbar that time by Pierce, trying to poke the ball away from Baltimore. Pierce his first team foul on Carroll here in the second half. Poglace to trigger the inbound at midcourt. Gets it into Kedrowski. Out of Best. Into the corner, Poglace for three. Red hot. Jacob Poglace with another bomb from the left corner. 3 for 3 tonight, shooting the three ball. 48-34, the lead 14 for the Redmen. Played 4 minutes here this second half. Pierce now into the right corner. Clary gets it back to Maupin. Hands it back to Penny. Back out to Maupin for the three. Right wing, no. Rebound, battle for it inside. Punched over to Best. I think Baltimore was the one that tipped it over to TJ. Gets it down to Poglace, racing the floor. Goes up. Banks, no. Rebound pulled away by Taryn Hall. Pierce coming down the floor. Shot rejected by Johnson, but a foul called on the floor as Poglace tried to chase him down. Check that foul go on TJ Best. Trying to chase down Maupin that time, as Maupin will check out. Ingebrigtsen back in, Tyler Ingebrigtsen for the Pioneers. Also Blake Williams in there now. They get into Ingebrigtsen, hands it off to Clary. Got a Penny, Best right there. They work it inside, Ingebrigtsen back out to Pierce, broken up by Poglace. Pierce gets it back. Now Clary trying to drive around Kedrowski. Got deep on Kedrowski with a dribble penetration and lays it up and in. Took Kedrowski all the way down into that halo part. Backed him in and got the shot away. 9 points now for Clary. 48-36 Redmen, 5 minutes in. Now Baltimore spins on Pierce, goes around him, lays it up left side and in. Pierce with the left shoulder fake, then spun to his right off the left block and laid it in. Baltimore with 12. And a foul away from the play. Poglace picking up a holding foul here on Pierce. Ray Pierce was flashing through the lane. Poglace grabbed a hold of him. One more look on that replay. The little fake left and spun right. Pierce left at the bus stop that time as the Baltimore bus drove it in for the layup. Ingebrigtsen now, top of the circle, gives it off to Williams. Back out to Clary for three, got it. Ryan Clary, another three for him. He's 2 for 2 behind the arc. He's got 12 points tonight. Cuts the lead to 11, 50-39. TJ Best will handle it near the center circle. Again, man-to-man defense this time. Poglace to Baltimore. Turns it over. Ball is tipped. It's deflected out that time by Williams. Carthage will maintain possession, 12 on the shot clock. The inbound free throw line extended near side. Poglace into Best, or I should say Kedrowski. Driving around Maupin. Teardrop in the paint, falls down for Kedrowski. Got around Maupin that time and then hung a little 8-foot teardropper. Able to fall. 14 tonight for Kedrowski. 52-39 Redmond. 13:45 remaining. Blake Williams, right of the free throw line. Hands it back to Ingebrigtsen. Now to Clary, top of the circle. Try to work it back inside to Maupin. Turning on the basket now, working on Baltimore. Backing down on Baltimore, goes up with a shot, missed it. Rebound Johnson. Good job by Baltimore not to commit that third foul there. Kept his body under control as Maupin tried to back him down on the left block. Kedrowski now. Spins top of the circle, gets it off to Baltimore right wing. Hands it back to Kedrowski. Takes it out to the center circle. 10 to shoot here for the Redmen. Ball screened by Baltimore. 5 to shoot here. Kedrowski pull-up jumper, back iron miss. Johnson keeping it alive, able to deflect it to Kedrowski. Redmond will reload. 7 minutes gone by here in this second half. Redmond have extended their lead to 13. Now Poglace fakes the three, now puts it on the floor, collides with Williams. No call as Blake Williams made contact with Poglace, who missed the shot. Bosco livid there wasn't a foul called there. Now Ingebrigtsen back out to Clary. Back over to Williams, got away with a walk and then stepped into Poglace who drew the foul. Second on Poglace now, so Best, Poglace, Baltimore, and Johnson each with 2 fouls. Best will come out, Mike Kennedy back in. Also in now for the Pioneers, Anthony Marlowe, the 6'4 senior out of South Milwaukee. 52-39 Redmond here, 12:25 to play, and off his foot, Williams picks it back up in front of Poglace. To Maupin, now in the hands of Howitt. Howitt for three, missing. Battle for the loose ball. Johnson in trying to save it from going out. Does not. It goes off of him. It'll be Pioneer ball. And hitting the deck inside was Maupin. Redmond got away with one there as Johnson. Redmond called for a foul there as they throw it all the way up top to Marlowe. Gets the return pass in the paint, dragged the pivot foot, and then threw it away. It's going to be Redmond ball here. No tip there. Clearly thrown out of bounds by the Pioneers. It's their 8th turnover tonight. Augie by 16 over Elmhurst. Early second half down at Elmhurst tonight. Wheaton now, their lead down to 5, 47-42 at Milliken. And North Central has taken the lead over Wesleyan, 59-54 with 12 minutes to go in Bloomington. Air ball missed by the Redmen and Poglace, who's out of bounds to the Pioneers as Brett Chirac will check in now for Jacob Poglace. Lady Reds up 55-43, early fourth quarter down in Naperville tonight against North Central. Penny now will bring it up. Gets it off to Dylan Ingebrigtsen, the freshman brother of Tyler. Gets it to Maupin through the paint, back out to Ingebrigtsen, back over to Williams for three, no good. He hits the deck, as does Chirac. Carroll saves it, did not hit the rim. Shot clock did not reset. Maupin now going up on Johnson, got a foul on the Redmen. It's going to go on Baltimore, that's his third. got the body that time, trying to help Johnson out on the left block. Maupin did a nice job saving that one from going out, as did Dylan Ingebrigtsen, tiptoeing the line. And the extra pass inside, and the foul's going to go on Baltimore, his third. Maupin able to knock down the free throw. First of two here for Maupin. 2 for 3 at the line, 8 points tonight. Free throw in and out, and then down for Maupin. 2 for 2 that trip. 11-point game, 52-41, 11:23 to go here in Kenosha. The W's battling it out in the CCIW tonight. Johnson on the pass from Baltimore, fouled on the right block. He'll get 2 here. Ingebrigtsen was there, and he will be called for the foul. Got him on the elbow. Second team foul on the Pioneers. Johnson on the line, his first trip tonight. 6 points tonight for Johnson, and he'll hold there as he misses the free throw. Johnson is 61% shooter from the line. One more free throw here for the 6'11 Johnson. Much better that time, and a better result as he hits. 12-point Redmond lead, 53-41. Ingebrigtsen way up high left, now to Maupin, top of the circle. Works it back over to Howitt for 3, and Howitt hits. Left alone for the triple and knocks it down. They're 6 for 10 now from 3-point range. Kept them in this ball game here, 53-44. Baltimore backing down on Maupin. Had it stolen from behind by Williams. Williams on the double team, past Kennedy, lays it up and in, and the foul. Now Kennedy should have just let him go. He never had a chance to defend him, and it compounds the made basket by giving an and one here to Williams, and Carthage going to take a timeout with 10:36 to play, a 7-point lead for the Redmen. Led by as many as 14, it's been cut in half to 7. Timeout, Carthage will take a break. 10:36 to play, 53-46 Redmen on AM 1050 WLIP. .10:36 to play, Redmond up 53-46. At the line is Blake Williams for the and one off the layup and the foul by Kennedy. That's 6 team fouls now on the Redmen here, and Williams able to hit the free throw. They've cut it to 6 here. 8-0 run by the Pioneers. 10.5 minutes to play. Baltimore alone for 3, and that one's going to be short. Picked up underneath by Chirac. Goes back up and lays it in. Brett Chirac on the spot that time, able to snare that miss by Baltimore and lay it back in low right. Chirac now with 4. 55-47 Redmond. And they're 3 of 5 from the arc here in the second half. Got to defend that a little bit better down the stretch. Kennedy got pushed off by Penny, then fouls Penny out of frustration, who attempted the 3. That'll put Penny on the line, shooting 3 free throws. And Bosco upset at that lack of call on Penny throwing Kennedy to the floor. And Kennedy got himself back up and fouled Penny as he attempted the three-point play. He dropped a shoulder into Kennedy as I'm watching the replay here. So Penny will get 3 here. 3 for 4 at the line tonight. Hits the front end. 8 for 9 now at the stripe are the Pioneers. Second one is good. Third one on the way for Penny. Hits all 3. 12 points tonight for Penny. 5-point game now, 55-50, midway through our second half. John Weiser with you. Tarble Arena tonight. Carthage Redmond basketball on 1050 WLIP. Brett Schirach into Johnson on the right block. Working on Ingebrigtsen. Backs him down into the paint. Turns with the right hand hook and hits. Sean Johnson with 9 tonight. Redmond respond. Now you need to stop. Penny now will hand it off. Ingebrigtsen. Around the right side. Williams. Blake Williams with it. Back to Maupin. Maupin nearly had that ball picked off by Kennedy. Shot clock under 10 now. Maupin running into Johnson. Back the other way. Shot up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Ooh, they're going to call it off for the Redmond players. Schirach and Kennedy were both there. Maupin deflected it off one of the Redmond players. So Clary in now for Ingebrigtsen for the Pioneers. That ball did not hit the rim, so there's 2 seconds on the shot clock here. Officials are going to huddle up here. Trent Eshelman. 2 seconds on the shot clock here is what they'll say. Trent Eshelman, who went to the scorer's table, confirmed that. John Hodel will hand the ball off now to Ryan Clary. So 2 seconds to shoot here for Carroll. Pioneers inbounding left of the basket. They get it to the corner. They pump the 3. Got it. Huge three-pointer out of the right corner by Troy Howitt. Both of his three-pointers here in the second half makes it a 4-point game. 57-53. Kennedy now on the drive. Going glass, draws the foul. Couldn't quite finish it up at the rim, but will get to the line, Mike Kennedy. A nice drive to the basket that time. Clary with the foul, his second, just the third on Carroll here in the second half. Redmond already at the 7 limit. So the Pioneers in the bonus already with just under 9 minutes remaining. Kennedy for 2 here. First one, rim, backboard, hung on the front rim and fell in. Kennedy 3 for 4 tonight from the stripe. Second one on the way. Good as well. 2 for 2 that trip. Still a 2-possession game here with 8:55 remaining. 59-53 Redmond. Clary handling the ball. Penetrates below the free throw line, back out to Williams, around Baltimore, in front of Johnson, and still got it away. Impressed there as he lost Baltimore, who lost his footing and fell down. Johnson stepped up, still got the shot away. Kedrowski now, middle of the floor. Works it off to Schirach on the right wing. Up top to Baltimore. Around the left side to Kedrowski. Below the arc now to Johnson. Johnson on the left block. Inside it goes. Back to Johnson from Baltimore. Lays it up and in. Give and go in the low post that time between Baltimore and Johnson. Baltimore off the left block. Caught the pass from Johnson, who circled around into the paint. Baltimore handed it back, and a nice finish by Johnson. 11 tonight for Sean Johnson. Again, open 3, Clary got it. 61-58, 3-point game. They're red hot from the arc here in this second half. 6 for 9 shooting the 3 here in the second half. 8 for 13 in the game. Here's their run now. Got to answer it. Johnson. Cross court to Kennedy. Right wing three on the way. Got it. Huge bucket for Mike Kennedy. Able to drain the triple. 12 tonight for Kennedy. The lead back out to 6. 64-58. Now Penny with it high in the left wing. Gets a screen from Maupin. Back to Williams. Blake Williams penetrates. Spins in the paint. Fires up the shot short. Rebound Clary at the right block. Dribbles inside the paint. That's a 3-second call. Gets it back out to Williams, who fires the three. It's an air ball miss. Picked up inside by Johnson. How long are you going to let him stay in the paint? Clary penetrated that paint. Was in there a good 5 seconds. Haven't been able to get away with it. Look inside. Baltimore. Nice lob pass. Low post. Johnson with the finish right of the basket. 13 for Johnson. Timeout, Carroll. Pioneers will take the timeout. Lead out to 8 here for the Redmen with 6:35 to play. Timeout, Carroll. And it will be a full timeout. We'll take a break. 66-58 Redmen. Back with more right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Think we're caught up, Scott? Okay. .635 remaining here. Carthage leading 66-58 over the Carroll Pioneers. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena. It'll be Baltimore, Kyle Pierce, Mike Kennedy, Brett Schirach, and Jordan Kodrowski out there for the Redmen. Penny, Maupin, Clary, Howitt, and Williams. And we got a moving screen inside or a hold on Pierce. Looks like Pierce called for the hold. That's the 8th team foul on the Redmen here. That's the only problem now is every foul, Pioneers will be able to shoot with no time coming off the clock. Maupin at the line tonight. 3 for 4 from the stripe, 9 points. Got the shooter's touch on the first one. In double figures, joining Penny, who has 14. Clary with 15 tonight. Boy, they have scorched the three-point arc here in the second half. 6 for 10 at the arc here in the second half. Second effort won't fall. The rebound tip to Schirach. Carthage will bring it up. 66-59 lead. Again, they'll go into a 2-1-2 zone look here. They get it to Baltimore, top of the circle. Back out to Kennedy. He'll shoot the three. Got it! Oh, 2 huge threes by Mike Kennedy. 15 tonight for Kennedy. 3 for 4 at the arc tonight. 69-59, back in double digits on the drive. Missing inside was Soule. The rebound to Kodrowski. Under 6 minutes to go. Carthage up by 10. Schirach here on the left side. Puts it on the floor. Drives to the free throw line. Back out to Pierce for 3. That one's no good. Soule collects the rebound. Now we got a foul here. What do we got here? Penny and Kennedy got tangled up down the floor, and I think we got technical foul called here. Going to go on Kennedy. So what do we got here? Technical foul on Kennedy. Let's look at the replay. Kennedy was jawing with Penny down the floor. Penny turned around at him. And that's where Kennedy was called for the technical for the trash talk. Bosco being told to get back in his coach's box by Trent Eshelman. And Bosco not happy with that call, and quite frankly, I'm disappointed in Mike Kennedy trash talking down the floor right in front of the official, and that puts their best free throw shooter on the line for the technical free throws, and that's Penny, who's now 6 for 6 at the line. Trent Eshelman making that call, and had to have been something very egregious coming out of the mouth of Jacobs for Eshelman to make that call. Soule will come out. Clary back in. As the Pioneers will put it in play in the backcourt, trailing by 9. Penny with it now. Kedrowski on him. Driving left side, pulls up left baseline, cut off there, kicks it back out, gets in the hands of Howitt. Howitt with a couple of clutch threes tonight for Carroll. Now drives, off balance, throws it up with the right hand, missing. We got a whistle and a foul, and it's going to go on the Redmen inside, and that's double bonus time now for the Pioneers. The 10th team foul on the Redmen. Fouls are 10-3 Redmen. So this will put Maupin at the free throw line. They're 13 of 16 from the line. The Redmen 11 of 13 from the line. Maupin hits the front end. Johnson checks back in, replacing Kyle Pierce. Free throw up and good. Maupin 2 for 2, 12 points now. And they've pulled it back to within 7. A little 4-0 run here as we approach 5 minutes to play here in Kenosha. Kedrowski on the drive was fouled up top. So it'll be Carthage ball underneath. Will go on Clary, that's his 3rd. Just the 4th team foul on the Pioneers here in the second half. Kennedy will get it into Chirac. Back up top to Baltimore, looking for some help. Now puts it on the floor, backs into the paint, spinning, goes up with the right hand and hits. Took Williams all the way down through the paint, turned on him, and hit the over-the-shoulder jumper. 14 points now for Baltimore. Balanced scoring tonight for the Redmen. Kennedy with 15, Kedrowski and Baltimore with 14, Johnson with 13 tonight. Now on the drive, there he gets it inside, and Maupin stepped on the end line and turned it over to the Redmen. So he made his drive from the right corner, stepped over the end line. 9th turnover tonight by Carroll. And it's just their 4th here in the second half. Press in the backcourt, now retreat. As Pierce in now, Ray Pierce in for the Pioneers. 4:20 to go, 71-62 Redmen. Chirac up top to Baltimore. Inside Johnson, working on Maupin, now double team, back out to Chirac, faked the 3, got bumped, no call. Dumps it back to Johnson for the 18-footer and hits. Johnson out of the right corner, just inside the arc on the feed from Chirac. He has 15 tonight. Lead back to 11. Under 4 minutes to play. Pierce works it off to Penny. Penny now. Back over to Maupin. Pull up 12-footer right side. No. Battle for the rebound. Baltimore took it away from Pierce. Just take it to a neutral spot and then get it back to Kedrowski. 3.5 minutes to play. Redmen lead it 73-62. Kedrowski at the center circle, works it off to Kennedy. Back up top to Baltimore. Now to Kedrowski, driving in. Pulls up, right hand, draws the foul. No, offensive foul on Kedrowski. Oh, Trent Eshelman again underneath, calling an offensive foul on Kedrowski. Let's see where those feet were. Were they inside the halo or not? just outside the halo, and he did just get the feet set. Good job by Troy Howitt. Got the feet set inside. Kedrowski on the charge, his second foul. Pioneer ball underneath. Dylan Ingebrigtsen in there now for the Pioneers. Clary to Penny, right side. Gets it off to Howitt. Howitt eye on the right wing. Now drives to the free throw line, hands it off to Clary. Inside the line, fires it up, missing. Battle for the loose ball inside. Bounces through Kennedy, picked up by the Pioneers. Howitt will fire from the top of the circle. That one's no good. Johnson had it. And then we got a collision inside. We got a walk here. We're going to call a foul on the Redmen. We had two Redmond players go down along with Ingebrigtsen. And they'll call a foul on the Redmen. We'll take another look. Shot came off the back of the rim. Kennedy tried to go up for that rebound. Johnson had it momentarily and lost it. And then on the way down, like three trees being chopped down with an axe, he had all three players collide, and Ingebrigtsen ends up at the line, missing the free throw. Dylan Ingebrigtsen, the freshman brother of Tyler. Second one for two, makes the back end. 10-point game with 2:50 to play. They'll press here in the backcourt, looking to trap. Kedrowski gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy now coming up the floor, gets it to Baltimore. Nice feed up the middle to Johnson. Fouled, couldn't finish, but will get to the free throw line. Excellent pass by Baltimore. Great breakout on the press that time by the Redmen. Kennedy just zipped the pass down the sideline to Baltimore just across midcourt. He in turn just hit Johnson in stride coming down the middle of the floor. And he was able to draw the foul. They'll go on Clary, his fourth. Maupin will come in now, replacing Ingebrigtsen as Johnson hits the front end of two. 16 tonight for Johnson. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 blocks tonight for Sean Johnson. Drops in the second. 12-point Redmond lead with 2:40 to play. Typical physical game tonight here at Tarble Arena, which you'll find almost every night in the CCIWs. That pass inside intended for Maupin, broken up by Johnson and picked up by Baltimore. 5th turnover of the second half, 10th on the night for the Pioneers. It's contact again as Kedrowski made contact with Penny. There was no call. Now the foul call as Penny tried to go for the steal. This one's starting to get away from the officials just a little bit. Physicality and intensity up a scooch or two. It'll be Carthage ball, sideline inbounds. That's the 16th foul on the Pioneers with 2:06 remaining and the Redmen up by 12. Kedrowski takes the dribble center of the floor. Still working the ball, gets a ball screen from Johnson. Gets it to Chirac, shot clock down to 3. Chirac, right of the free throw line, tried to hoist one up, missed in a shot clock violation. Not a good offensive look that time at all by the Redmen. A lot of dribbling up top and not enough movement away from the ball. Really kind of compacted, if you will, above the free throw line. A lot of movement above, but nobody attacking the basket. Pioneers bring it up, down 12, minute 40 to play. Looking for a quick basket here. Howitt up top to Maupin. Turns around left side, back up top Clary. Clary spinning, dumps it down low to Penny. Penny missed the shot, blocked out of bounds, I believe, by Johnson. That's his 6th tonight. Pioneers will inbound right of the basket with a minute 27 to go. Gets it into Maupin. Looking right wing. Hands it back to Penny. Shot clock down to 6. Howitt, deep three, right wing. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. Battle for the loose ball inside. Pioneers dig it out. Back over to the arc for 3, and no good. Shot missing that time by Taryn Hall. Pioneers get the offensive board again. Minute 5 remaining. Another 3 hoisted. This time it goes down for Maupin. Timeout, Pioneers with 61 seconds to play. Three-pointer makes it a 9-point game. That's 15 tonight for Maupin. Pioneers take the timeout. They have 2 remaining. Set it up for you now. 75-66 Redmond. Pioneers in the double bonus. Next foul by the Pioneers will put the Redmond in the 1-and-1. Each team with, looks like 3 timeouts remaining now. Possession arrow favoring the Redmond. Four players in double figures for Carthage tonight. Johnson with 17, Kennedy with 15, Kedrowski and Baltimore each with 14. 3 players in double figures for the Pioneers, Penny with 15, Clary with 15, and Maupin with 15. Lady Reds about to win their game. They lead North Central 67-54 with a minute left down in Naperville. North Central and Illinois Wesleyan men down in Bloomington tied at 80 with 31 seconds to go. Milliken and Wheaton, it's the Thunder by 3 with under a minute left in that one. And 4 minutes to go in Elmhurst. It's Augustana 75, the Blue Jays 65. Chirac handling the basketball, pressure in the backcourt. Redmond need to get it up here. They get it to Kennedy, and Kennedy fouled at midcourt as he was bumped from behind. And this will be the 7th team foul, so Kennedy on the line shooting the 1-and-1. Clary commits the foul. He is done. That's his 5th. So 30 seconds here for Paul Combs to make a substitution. Blake Williams will replace Clary, who fouls out with 15 points tonight. At the line is Mike Kennedy. Front end of the bonus won't fall. Penny gets the rebound, and Baltimore shoved out of the way on that rebound attempt, and he will get to the line now, shooting the 1-and-1. Penny pushed him out of the way. Season high for Kennedy now at 15. Baltimore now for the 1-and-1. Makes the front end. He now with 15, lead back out to 10 with 51 seconds to play. Second one up and in for Baltimore. Timeout, Carthage. They have 2 remaining now. Leading by 11, 77-66. Might be a good one to get here tonight. Get out of here with a win and head to Rock Island on Saturday. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Possession arrow favoring the Redmond. It'll be Pioneer ball. They have to go the full length here. Lady Reds have defeated North Central tonight, 67-57. So Tim Bernero's squad on a nice little run here. They get 22 from Calber tonight, 16 from Bailey Gilbert. Gilbert closing in on that 1,000 points in her career. Braun, the leading scorer for North Central, with 14 tonight. North Central now up 83-82 with 18 seconds to go. Down in Bloomington. Boy, Cardinals hang on and knock off Wesleyan. Their title hopes pretty much, conference title hopes pretty much down the tubes. It would be their 4th conference loss as they get it into Penny. Penny across midcourt, working the right side. Back out Malpin, 3 on the way. In and out, no good. Battle for the rebound, tipped. Goes out to Carthage. Redmond will get it here with 39 seconds to play. Chirac will inbound in front of the Pioneer bench. Gets it into Kedrowski, who was fouled across midcourt. Committing that foul was Taryn Hall. That's his third, 9th team foul, so Kedrowski at the line will shoot the 1-and-1. Good night for Kedrowski, 14 points on 5 of 10. 2 for 2 at the line tonight. Drops in the front end. Redmond made 3 of 4 here down the stretch. One more for Jordan Kedrowski. That one's up and in. 16 tonight for Kedrowski. Lead is 13 with 36 seconds to play. Penny on the drive. Offensive foul as he plows through Kennedy. And for Penny, I believe that's his 5th. That is his 5th. So Brad Penny, or I should say Nick Penny, fouling out here. The junior out of Lake Zurich. He leaves with 15 points tonight. Second player to foul out tonight for Carroll. North Central now up by 3 with 7 seconds left down in Bloomington. We'll have the updated standings for you coming up during our post game. Carthage will dribble it out. Carroll not going to defend, and the Redmen snap a 2-game losing skid here tonight as they'll pick up their first win of 2019 by a final of 79-66. Much needed win here for the Redmen tonight, as they now get to 2-4 in conference play. 7-8 overall. The Pioneers fall to 1-6 in conference and 5-11 overall. Your final tonight from Kenosha: Carthage 79, the Carroll Pioneers 66. We'll pause, take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll run the numbers for you. We'll visit with Steve Jurkovic. He'll be up as our post-game guest, as our post-game will start right after this 2-minute break on AM 1050 WLIP.
Thank you for joining us for tonight's game. Your Portland Redmen return to Tarble Arena on Saturday, January 26th as part of a doubleheader with Wheaton College. The Lady Reds tip off at 5 p.m. and your Redmen taking court following at 7 p.m. Join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. when your Carthage Lady Reds take on Carroll University right here at Tarble Arena. Good night.
What's that? What's that? Oh. Tonight's Carthage Redmen basketball game brought to you in part by Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant on 45th Street in Kenosha. Check out their full menu online at ruffalos2.com. By Lou Perini's Gas and Grocery in Kenosha, home of Mama P's, Ho-Ho Cakes, and low cash prices for gas. They're located on Sheridan Road. Visit them online at louperini.com. By Something Different, a sports fan fantasy land on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Luigi's Pizzeria and Italian Restaurant on 39th Avenue, just a block south of Highway 50. Order online at luigispizzakenosha.com. By Armored Seal Coating, protecting your investment with asphalt seal coating and crack filling maintenance. Check them out online at armoredsealcoating.com. By our good friends at Wingstop of Kenosha on Highway 50. They're the wing experts. Order your wings online today. Wingstop.com. Summers Garden Florist and Gifts on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By S.J. Crystal's Menswear on 57th Street, on the corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Mason's Eatery and Pub, they're located on Highway 50 and Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater. Eat at Mason's or visit them online at masonsbar.com. Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, just east of I-94 and Highway 50. Visit lynchchevroletofkenosha.com today. And by Triangle Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance Center, located 3 miles east of I-94 and Highway 50 at the triangle of Highway 50, 39th Avenue, and Roosevelt Road in Kenosha. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha, where the Redmen snap a 2-game losing skid tonight as they knock off the Carroll Pioneers by a final of 79-66. It was looking good through one half of play. Redmen were up 10, 36-26 at the half, built out as much as a 14-point lead 5 minutes into the second half. But the Pioneers came back, made a ball game of it inside of 10 minutes, and got as close as 61-58 on a three-pointer by Ryan Cleary. And it looked like Carroll had some momentum at that point, but the Redmen got the mold going the other way as they got a three-pointer by Kennedy back the other way. That opened up the lead back to 64-58. And then Sean Johnson's layup with 6:43 remaining built the lead back out to 8 again for the Redmen. And the lead increased to 10 on another three-pointer by Mike Kennedy, who had a season best tonight, 15 points, to lead the way for the Redmen. And then they got as no closer than 7 the rest of the way out. And then Carthage making their free throws down the stretch, as they have been accustomed to. As they got into the bonus, they hit 4 of 5 down the stretch, and the Redmen prevail 79-66. Taking a look at the second half numbers, Redmen shot 68% in the second half, 15 of 22. For the game, just a scooch under 53% at 27 of 51. 4 of 7 at the arc in the second half. For the game, 8 for 20 and 40%. The Redmen were 17 of 20 at the line. Meanwhile, for the Pioneers in the second half, 11 of 29 shooting, but they were 7 of 14 at the 3 in the second half. For the game, they finished at 37%, 20 of 54. They were 10 of 19 hitting the 3 ball and 16 of 20 at the stripe. Redmen put 4 players in double figures tonight, led by Sean Johnson, who had 17 points, 35 minutes tonight for Johnson. He was 7 of 9 from the floor, 3 of 4 at the line. An outstanding line tonight for Johnson, a season-best 6 blocks tonight to go with 4 assists and 5 rebounds. An active stat filler, if you will, in Sean Johnson tonight, who led the way with 17. 16 each for Keenan Baltimore and Jordan Kedrowski. And Baltimore, that was kind of an amazing feat tonight because he picked up 2 quick fouls very early in the first half and finished with only 3 personal fouls the whole night. 16 points on 5 of 10 from the floor. He missed both his 3-point attempts, but he was a perfect 6 for 6 on the line tonight to go with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. 16 also for Jordan Kedrowski. Boy, Jordan, I think, leads the league in minutes played. He put in another 38-minute performance tonight at point guard for the Redmen, finishing with 16 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 4 of 4 at the line. And he also had 3 assists and was very active tonight away from the basketball. 16 tonight for Kedrowski. Mike Kennedy, a season best 15 tonight and a season best 30-minute performance for Kennedy tonight. 4 of 6, he had 2 clutch three-pointers here in the second half to propel the Redmen to this victory. He finished with 15 on 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 at the arc, and 4 of 6 at the line. 9 points for Jacob Poglace off the bench. Nice effort tonight for Poglace, 13 minutes. At one point was 3 for 3 shooting the 3-ball tonight. Some clutch points for Poglace tonight, finishing with 9. 4 points for Brett Chirac. Chirac 2 for 6 off the bench tonight. Missed both of his 3-point attempts, but had a couple of rebounds and an assist tonight as well for Chirac. Kyle Pierce played, did not score for the Redmen. TJ Best, 2 points tonight on 1 of 3 shooting. Meanwhile, for the Pioneers, 3 players in double figures, all with 15 points. It was Cale Malpin with 15 on 4 of 9 from the field, 6 of 8 from the line. A double-double tonight for Malpin, 15 points, 11 rebounds. 15 also for Nick Penny tonight. Penny, 15 points on 3 of 5 from the field. All 3 of his field goals were 3-pointers. He was also 6 of 7 from the line. Ryan Clary tonight, 6 of 8 from the field, 3 of 3 shooting the 3, finished with 15 before fouling out. Both he and Penny fouling out in the final 2 minutes tonight. Then it was 7 points for Blake Williams, 6 for Troy Howitt, 2 points for Charlie Soule, 2 for Anthony Marlowe, and Ray Pierce and Dylan Ingebrigtsen played, did not score for the Pioneers. The Redmen pick up the win here tonight, snapping a 2-game losing skid. Carthage now getting back in that win column. Find themselves at 2-4 in conference play, 7-8 overall. And for the Pioneers now, they fall to 5-11, 1-6 in conference play. And joined now by assistant coach Steve Jerkovic. Nice performance tonight. Really needed this one here tonight in what was truly a physical ball game tonight.
It was. They're always a physical team. They play for 40 minutes, extremely tough, extremely physical, not overly big size-wise, but they're just really strong across the board, and they make you work for every point that you get.
They built out that big 14-point lead. They came storming back midway through the second half, cut it to 3, but a couple of clutch baskets by Mike Kennedy down that
Kennedy
stretch.
was huge. Hey, this is the best game he's played in his career. Not just shooting the ball well, which we need somebody to step up and score the ball with Preston not playing right now. He did a good job on the defensive end as well. We harassed them as best we could. Sean Johnson is such a difference maker. He plays the ball screen great. He alters so many shots. What he ended up with 6 blocks today, and the other ones that he just doesn't let people think, because he's always right there in the back of their mind. So good job by him, but I'm really proud of Mike Kennedy today for his effort.
He certainly did. He played a nice on both ends of the floor tonight. Stepped up his defensive game tonight and finished with 15. Talk about Sean Johnson. We talk about him and getting him developed. He's, again, he's just a sophomore, but tonight looked like he demanded the ball a little bit more in the post.
We worked on it a bunch the last couple of days. We feel like he can get position. When he does, he's such a skilled player. He's got good touch around the basket, really comfortable 15-foot jump shot, as good of a 15-foot jump shot as a big guy, a 6'11 guy that you'll see at our level, but he's got to work to get that position constantly, and I think that's something that we've worked on, and he showed it today against a big, strong team. Ingebrigtsen, a really good player. Malpin, a big physical player, and a really good job. We needed him, and hey, you got 4 guys with over 15 points. We haven't had that for a little bit.
Finished even on the glass tonight, 31 apiece, but you did dig out 9 offensive boards tonight, which is a good sight to see. Need more of that on the offensive
We do,
end.
and I think that's something, hey, with Saturday coming up at Rock Island, you know what you got to be ready for, the physicality part of it. Late in the game, they were taking some deep shots and some long rebounds that they were chasing with 5 to go get it, scrambling a little bit late. And I thought we did a good job for the first 20, 25 minutes. Late in the game, they did a good job on the boards, though.
I thought the play and the intensity picked up as they got into their little run there midway through that second half, and I thought you guys handled it well. It could have gotten out of hand there. A lot of talking back and forth between the players on the floor, which is typical of a CCIW game, but you guys kept your composure.
It is. It's a chippy game. Everyone knows that. It's a beyond physical game. Can't say that enough, but I thought we did a good job of holding when they made their run, cut it to 4 or 5, that we stepped it up a little bit, made a couple big shots. Again, you need points from guys that don't typically give you points. And Mike Kennedy had 15. Jacob Poglace, 3 big shots in the first half to get you going. Brett Chirac, always a threat when he's out there too. And obviously Sean was 17. You can't always just say, hey, Kedrowski, hey, Baltimore, let's get 40 between the two of us, because teams are going to guard you differently. So I thought the other guy stepping up was a really good thing for our program going forward.
Big confidence booster too. I mean, and for Jordan tonight, we talk about his play. How much of it is he putting pressure on himself, knowing that Laquetta's not out there right now, and that's 16 points that you're trying to look for? Is he trying to put too much on his shoulder?
I think so. I think both him and Baltimore see that, hey, oh no, Preston's out here. Who's going to fill that 18? Well, they're already scoring their points. They're doing a good job in theirs. Let's trust the other guys and have them pick it up a little bit. Polglaze did it today. Brett did it today. Sean obviously did it tonight, and obviously Mike Kennedy had the best game that he's played in a Redmond uniform in 4 years.
And that's what you want to see, balanced scoring here. 4 players in double figures. Polglaze just missing out with 9.
He was great. And again, we need that going forward because the defense in this league is so physical, so tough that they're not just going to say, hey, let's throw it to Keenan on the block without somebody coming to double. Let's let Kedrowski go downhill. We got to make him work. And percentages today for both those guys, 5 for 10, 5 for 10, which is something we haven't had the last 2 games.
I know in the rest of the league tonight, I think they're all final now. The big surprise, North Central picking up a win in Bloomington. When was the last time Illinois Wesleyan losing 2 conference games in a row at home?
You know what? Not often, and it just shows how good our league is top to bottom. And it's a battle every day you go out there. We're going to Augustana expecting to win. We're excited. Guys were really pumped in the locker room. They know what the challenge is ahead. They're a top 5 team in the country in national power, and we're going to be ready to play. And
you've got confidence. You won down there last year. You've beaten them each of the last
Absolutely.
2 years. So you've got opportunity there, some history down there that, hey, you're not as intimidated of that environment, which is going to be loud and it's going to be a ruckus place down there.
Not at all. We got some guys that are going to be newcomers to this atmosphere. It will be an eye-opener for them. But I know our guys will be ready to play. This is an exciting game for them going forward. And, hey, they're a good team. We'll be able to practice the next couple days with their mindset and how we're going to have to match their physicality, their intensity, and take it to them, not the other way around.
Augie with the win tonight. They're 6-0. North Central with their win. They're now 5-2. Elmhurst with the loss to Augie drops to 4-2. Wheaton 4-2. And then you've got Wesleyan, Milliken, Carthage, and North Park all at 2-4, and Carroll at 1-6. You've got 8 teams really battling right now, looking for maybe 9 teams here battling for 6 spots.
It's wide open. You really do. It's going to be open. North Central's down a few guys, but hey, his son Raritan is a heck of a player. He's one of the best in the league, underratedly, and they got some other guys around him with Capoletti, with Meredith, and those guys, but it's going to be a battle. We're going to the end. We should get our guys. We should be back to full strength in the next week or so, and hit the ground running from there.
This may be the most important stretch on your schedule now. These next 3
games
on the road.
Yep.
At Augie, at North Central, at Milliken before returning home to take on Wheaton on Saturday the 26th. So this is huge. You've got it. And again, you try and keep it all in perspective. It's one 40-minute block at a time.
We had this as a must-win game in the locker room the last couple days, and we said if we want to reach our goals at the end of the year, let's play in the conference tournament, let's go compete, and keep playing at the end of the year. We needed to win today, and I thought our guys really stood up. They rose up to the challenge and got a big win that we needed. Must-win game.
Huge. Now Augustana on Saturday, and we'll have the broadcast here on 1050 WLIP. Steve, congratulations on the win tonight.
Weiser, thank you.
Give the dad a pat on the back, too. You realize he's now 3 wins away from 300 in the league.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get him 3 in a row would be not bad. So we'll take that on the road.
That would be huge. Get that out of the way, too. And congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Weiser.
You bet. Steve Jurkovic, assistant head coach for the Carthage Redmen, joining me on our postgame tonight. The Redmen with a 79-66 victory over the Carroll Pioneers. So the Redmen now find themselves at 2-4 in conference play in that log jam at the bottom of the standings. Wesleyan, Milliken, Carthage, and North Park all at 2-4. Trying to chase down Augustana, who's 6-0. And I still say in this league, and it's been 46 seasons now since a team has gone undefeated in this league. Somewhere down the stretch, Augustana is going to stumble. And, hey, wouldn't it be nice if it was Saturday night? And that's when we'll join you next. Doubleheader action from Rock Island and the Carver Center. It'll be the Lady Reds and the Vikings at 5 o'clock, followed by the Redmen and the second-ranked team in the country, the Augustana Vikings. You'll hear the games live here on AM 1050 WLIP and on the audio stream at WLIP.com beginning at 4:45 on Saturday afternoon. Looking forward to bringing you both of those games. Lady Reds a winner tonight at North Central, defeating the Cardinals 67-54. So again, our next broadcast will be this Saturday, the doubleheader down in Rock Island. Our next home game will be right back here against Carroll. It'll be the Lady Reds in Carroll next Wednesday night, right here at the Tarble Arena beginning at 6:45. And don't forget the big swim meet going on here at Carthage College this weekend here at the Carthage Natatorium. Again, our final tonight, Carthage a winner. The Redmen pick up the win 79-66, snapping a 2-game losing skid, picking up their first win in 2019. My thanks to John Voinovich and Mike Love producing our video stream on the Carthage Video Network, as well as our students, Jerome Pham, Toria Sharrow, Elena, Noah, and Nolan, again, thank you all. These are Carthage students working cameras, graphics, and directing our video broadcast here from Carthage College. Also, big thank you to Scott DeLabio, engineering our broadcast back at the WLIP studios in Pleasant Prairie. I'm John Weiser, wishing you a very pleasant good evening from the Tarble Arena. Once again, your final score, Carthage Redmonds 79, the Carroll Pioneers 66. Until Saturday, have a great week, everyone, and thank you for tuning into Carthage Athletics, heard exclusively on Kenosha's radio station. That would be AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Good night, everyone.